Kicked out from the Hogan leg drop. That has Hollywood stunned.
Yes! Yes, Malone can use the diamond cutter. And look at Goldberg. He's ready.
Here's boys.
Okay, there's part one. Now finish him off. Finish him off.
He's calling for it.
This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up.
He's got him up. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We've got a new heavyweight champion.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous.
I just had an out-of-body experience.
What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You'll get to see your knee deep. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport.
The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
A little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Fail! Listen, where it's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Hip slam, toe slam. Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest times in the WWE. Somebody's got this. Somebody's knock him down, man. Enough's enough.
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
It's got it real. Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
No, it's live, pal.
Let the slaughter begin!
It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Number one, to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man! Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, that always gets me every time. What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your boy Trevor, and we are back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality, episode 26, the Fastlane review show. And we're not just going to go over Fastlane. We do have a metric F-ton of news to go through, and we will go over the Tuesday night extravaganza that was last night between AEW and NXT. So let's not wait any longer. But first, I cannot start this show without the man, the myth, the legend, Venkat.
What's going on, Trevor?
I can't call it or Venkat. Let me see if you remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you hear from MD? Because there's some stuff in here I want him to answer to.
No, I didn't hear anything from MD. I'm sure he'll be coming along shortly.
He's probably still probably still driving. But real quick, before we do get into the show, I do have one announcement to make. The presentation that was scheduled for tomorrow night with Eddie Israel has been rescheduled to the following Thursday. There were some issues that came up, and he had to reschedule. So it will go down next Thursday. And we're going to bring it to you a little earlier at 5:30 versus the 6 o'clock scheduled time. And there is MD right on cue. What's up, MD?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
MD in the house.
All right, fellas.
Too much stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
I forgot all about y'all.
Hey, life, man, life. So we got a lot to go over, and I did want to change up the way I want to do this, and I do want to try this and see how it works. So let me go on and bring this up, so that way you still see us on the side, but you also see the presentation about what we are talking about. So I do want to bring this up. You guys see Bray Wyatt on the screen, and the reason I want to bring up this picture of Bray Wyatt is October 8th of last year, Bray Wyatt made his return at Extreme Rules. So that was a year ago. And the only reason I knew it was because his sister posted a tribute to him on the show. So it, I just thought it would be a good note to put it up that it was a year ago, a couple of days ago that he returned after being fired, earlier that year. And it's funny because he was fired. He was the biggest name of that firing. And now, just recently they let go some other guys. And I still think some of them will be coming back. So that's why I did want to put that up, that it was a year ago that he returned. And, we lost him a couple of months ago. So rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. Let's get into the Friday Night SmackDown. I do want to talk about the ratings from Friday Night SmackDown. Normally we start with AEW, but I just want to continue to bleed in. So Friday Night SmackDown rating, the 10/6 edition of Friday Night SmackDown. This is according to Fightful. SmackDown scored an early preliminary viewership of 2.19 million viewers. The number was up from 2.15 million, and the final tally was 2.3 million. And that was Friday's episode scored a 0.59 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. This is up from the 0.53 demo rating. What else? That number rose to a 0.60 in the final viewership tally. SmackDown on October 6th was capped off by a moment that would see LA Knight, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso engage in a brawl against a United Judgment Day bloodline. So SmackDown ratings continue to go up, and we see, did you guys see the closing segment of SmackDown?
No, I didn't. I
just saw the highlights of the main event.
Oh man, y'all know y'all got homework for the show, right? But so real quick, because I won't stay long on this at all. But the closing of that show, this picture that's up, was chaotic. It reminded me of a SmackDown 6 closing. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a particular, I think it was before the Royal Rumble, and I forget the year, but it's like every wrestler came down and just started hitting their finisher.
That was the best thing ever.
Yeah,
that was great.
Then when Big Show came out and cleared the ring, and that's what this remind. Like, this was chaotic. Now, had this led into the pay-per-view and the pay-per-view held this, then I wouldn't be shitting on it the way I am going to do later. But yeah, this ending alone was very chaotic, man. It was a really, really good brawl. So now let's get into AEW Collision, because y'all know I love the ratings. AEW Collision. And here we have the best tag team in the world, a Revival. But guess what? The Revival lost their title Saturday night. FTR has been the AEW Tag Team Champions for 185 days. On Saturday night's episode of Collision, FTR lost those titles to the team of Ricky Starks and Big Bill in what came off as a 5-minute squash match.
What? Squash match?
Yeah, it was a squash match. Did it? So, and none of you, I'm assuming none of you saw this. MD, did you watch this?
Man, I've been in. Go ahead, Vancat. But yeah, I didn't watch any of Collision, but I got it taped. I just ain't had the time to watch nothing.
I mean, I knew they lost the belts, but I didn't think it was a squash match.
It was a squash match. I'm trying to see who I could liken this to. It wasn't Ultimate Warrior Honky Tonk Man bad, but they beat him up pretty good. But
wow,
the truth of the matter is, Dash, which one? So this is you got Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. So this is Dax that took the pin. But so what they did, they got Cash on the outside and put him through the table, and he was done. He was all taped up. He's banged up. I mean, he's going off for some injuries. It's literally, they literally did it because of the injuries. But the fashion that it was done in, and so they just basically isolated Dax and just took him out. And now you have Big Bill and Ricky Starks as your tag team champions. And I think the Revival, I think FTR is going to go away for a little bit.
Wow. They could have done it better. This is like it's like in like when in a horror movie, when you have like a legacy main character come back in a sequel, but they don't really want to be there, so then they just kill him off in the first 5 minutes of the movie, rather than riding him out like towards the end and then killing him off. They could have make it gone a little longer. I'm so very surprised that they did it that way. Even if the other guys are hurt, just play it off, like, you're waiting for a hot tag and you just couldn't get to him or something. Give people some kind of disbelief.
And against these two guys that MD going to tell me how good Ricky Starks is, but against these two guys that, I mean, hell, for this, and I know they did it for the shock value. And for this, though, I would have just put the belts on the Young Bucks. I would have set up a match with the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that would have been good.
So
that would have been better.
So I mean, but that's what it is.
Well, hold on, wait a minute, Trevor. Why not just do it with Aussie Open last week?
Oh yeah, even that's even better. Not you put them against this makeshift tag team.
That's what it is, makeshift. That's the perfect word, Trevor.
Like this team again. Y'all tell me that Ricky Starks is good. I don't see it, but I'm not gonna 100% crap on him because I don't see enough of him. But I know what Big Cass is. I've seen enough of him in NXT. I've seen enough of him in WWE. He's a good mid card guy. I mean, I don't want to call him a hand or anything like that, but he's a good mid card guy. I don't think they're going to do anything for the titles, and I don't think the titles are going to do anything for them. Aussie Open would have damn sure been the better pick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, so here we go. So I do want to get into this.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Oh my God.
So, people love to do this because people pile on. And a lot of it, I think, too, is because of Tony Khan. His mouth, he just won't shut up. So people go around and tape this. And I told you guys in the group, I was like, oh, crap, they just took the belt off of FTR. Holy crap, it's quiet. And now somebody put the pictures up of how quiet, like how empty these arenas actually are at these AEW events. So here's what Dave Meltzer had to say, because Dave Meltzer noted AEW butt boy, but here's what he had to say. They're cold. Boy, are they cold. And how do you change that? Man, that's hard to do. Edge there at Collision last night, and it didn't move a lot of tickets. Edge is a good performer. He's a good talker and everything like that, but he is not Punk as far as a game changer. So yeah, so here you have Orange Cassidy, and somebody will say like, "Oh, this is at the end of the show." No, this wasn't the end of the show. Like look at that, MD. When you were there, it was pretty full, right?
Well, I was gonna let you finish off, but like I said, I don't necessarily think. Well, put it this way: Tony Khan is situating the seating to make the hard camera side look one way and the crowd side look a particular way. He wants that crowd side to look big and enthusiastic and just not selling any. I think it's a strategy. I think it's a bad strategy, but I think it's a strategy on Tony Khan's side because it looked exactly like that when I was there.
Okay.
Nobody was on the hard camera. Nobody.
So you see the picture, and here it is. I've been to enough. Shout out to Neurobomb in the chat too. I've been to enough WWE events that I know. Yeah, the hard cam side, nobody's going to see it, so you don't put people on that side.
WWE does it.
Well, but WWE doesn't have, their crowds don't look like this. And I've gone to a pay-per-view for WWE, Armageddon, back in 2001, where the whole upper deck wasn't sold out. If the arena held 10,000, they probably sold 4,000 tickets. I bought my tickets up in the nosebleeds. They moved me down to the 100.
Move it down. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because they wanted to make it look good. But what I'm saying is, when everybody's touting how great everything's going, and your big move is to sign Edge, and so this is Edge's first time at Collision. Why does the arena look like this?
Like I said again, I think it's just a bad move that Tony Khan's making to create a TV production. You know what I mean? And it, it's unfortunate because the way it's going, I honestly think he could sell more tickets. First of all, your marketing is bad. Second of all, you're trying to create a facade production wise, and that's the result. That's my opinion.
Wait, hold on. Okay, because I understood you wrong. So you're saying that he's purposely doing this?
Yes.
No.
And no, check me out. Here's why I say that. I'm saying he's purposely doing that for production value. If you look at Collision or Dynamite on TV, the angles are to a certain way where you got a live enthusiastic crowd with the people that's there. So now this is me speculating. I ain't no TV Hollywood producer in any so I don't know. But what I'm saying is, based on the ongoing points, even me going to a show with a crowd just like that, the angles to certain clips on Dynamite, you can see it. That's all I'm saying. So why would you put yourself in a position to where you would have to shoot the show a certain way and rely more on marketing of the tickets? That's all I'm saying. You see the way Collision and Dynamite is shot. We look at the show, like that's just what it is.
Okay, I would agree with you, but wait until you hear what I'm about to read to you after I read this. Venkat, you got something on there before I get to the rating?
It just looks embarrassing. Is it because the ticket prices are high?
No,
Because this looks like straight rat trash right here.
No, that's what I'm saying, Venkat. Is the ticket prices are not bad.
Okay.
So obviously that's not an issue. I don't think it's an issue of getting the crowd to the show. I think it's a production issue more than not. That's my opinion.
And I agree with Nurban. Nurban says Christian is on an incredible run. So Nurban, just answer this question that we had from last week. MD and myself believe that Christian is better than Edge. You could just go ahead and agree.
Wrong. Wrong.
So here's the rating from the October 7th edition of Collision. That's the one where Edge came back. For the second straight Saturday, AEW was going head to head with and this comes from WrestleNomics. No, K-side seats per WrestleNomics. For the second straight Saturday, AEW is going head to head with a WWE Premium Live event. The good news is that Collision numbers rose from their worst ever performance against Becky Lynch in NXT at No Mercy on September 30th. The bad news is that opposite of John Cena and Fastlane, this Collision episode has the second lowest rating among 18 to 49-year-olds in its history, a 0.09, and the third smallest overall audience. They did 353,000 for Saturday's show against Fastlane. And just to put that into some perspective, Rampage did 370. Just to give you some perspective on that. It's the second straight week Rampage has beaten Collision. And then Rampage was a pre-tape show. It was a 365. College football competition also bears a mention here. No, it doesn't, because they've shown they could hold up against college football. Louisville upset Notre Dame in the prime time on ABC that did 1.18 in the demo with more than 5 million total viewers. But seeing as all of Collision's lowest viewed and rated shows have come against WWE events, we know what the real culprit is. And that was with them starting the show at 7. Remember, they started the show an hour later. So it goes back to what I've always said. I think the wrestling is great. When we get into the Tuesday Night Titans fight that we're gonna go up against soon, match wise, I think AEW is killing them. The issue is, and I don't know what the issue is. Like, why can't they get people to watch? Because everybody keeps telling me that they're going to get that lax WWE, that lax WCW crowd, or they're going to get the or no, worse yet, everybody's telling me that people don't like WWE anymore, so they're not going to watch them and they're going to go with AEW instead. When truth of the matter is, WWE numbers constantly rise and AEW's numbers are taking a crap. Like, what is it?
Lack of leadership. Tony Khan, man.
Yeah, we could agree on
got to
that.
come
Tony
to his
Khan
feet.
is terrible.
Yeah, it's a lack of leadership, and he got to be bear the responsibility for that one.
But what does his leadership have to do with me watching the show? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, like push your younger stars. I mean, my whole thing comes down to this: you're not in a position to be bringing in. So it's like you make a good amount. You make a good amount of money. You can pay your bills and whatever. And I'm just talking in general. And you got a little expendable cash. You want to buy a new car. So instead of buying the nice, not luxury car, you feel that you're in such a good position now. Oh, let me go buy the Mercedes. And now your cash roll that was positive is now gone down the toilet. He doesn't have the cachet yet to be making these type of deals. You know what this is, MD? Because you would know. This is the Washington Redskins giving Albert Hainsworth the largest defensive line contract in the history of the NFL. They didn't
didn't produce nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. This is the
That's a great point.
This is the Miami Dolphins knowing you need help every damn position on the field, but you giving Ndamukong Suh $90 million. You giving Mike Wallace $60 million. Like you're going for broke on one guy. Like I bet you what they're paying Edge, they could have got Sasha for. I bet you.
Yeah, I get it.
And Nurbaum saying they're catering to a hardcore audience. Nurbaum, the hardcore audience is not paying the bills though. If Tony didn't have a dad that was a endless supply of money, do you think he would still cater to this audience? I'm just saying.
Don't talk about my daddy.
Again, it goes to the production though, Trevor. Tony Khan does a terrible job at showcasing the talent that he has, and he bases it off of that hardcore element, and then he goes for the casual. He goes the casual WCW route with signing quote unquote big talent from other places. But I don't think that's cutting the mustard though, because these people, the talent that he's getting from WWE ain't the core of what we see on AEW. It just ain't.
Right.
It's the core is MJF. The core is Ricky Stark. People like that. And then he does a terrible job at putting the spotlight on these people. Furthermore, it's to the point now where certain talent is getting basically getting exclusive shine on the show, like Ricky Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Stark's getting exclusive shine on Collision. Who's watching Collision? Nobody. And especially when the WWE pay-per-view going on.
That's right.
So you ain't doing Ricky Stark no favor being on Collision every Saturday.
And Nurbaum brings up a good point. I think they're balancing the books and making some profit. As long as he has his TV deal, he's fine. Agreed. But WWE has a insane TV deal, but that doesn't mean that everything they do is long term. You're gonna be so even with their insane TV deal that's making them all this money. What happens 5 years from now when the 2 million viewers that they can draw now dwindles to 1? But they made $1 billion though. But you're losing your audience, always putting your eggs in one basket. Like it's and not even that, because y'all kill me with the Sting thing every week. I get it.
Trevor, I'll be back.
All right. I get it. Sting hasn't been in any high profile spots in AEW. I'll concede to that. You know, he's helping Darby get over because Darby could only get over with the old guys. So I give him that. But you're putting Edge in the main event spot when you're going up against your rival, thinking that that's somehow going to get the eyeballs to watch Edge. We just saw him on WWE TV. Like, what is he doing over here? And you put him against Luchasaurus as his first opponent. If I wanted to hot shot something, I would have just hot shotted him to MJF. At least that way it would have made me want to watch it, because I did tune into that main event, and we'll get to it at the end. I did tune into that main event, but but to your production notes though, MD, I want to read you these numbers. So I got the advanced ticket sales. So let's just go. So today's October 11th. So this was for Dynamite last night. They had 1,600 tickets sold.
Are you for real?
Yeah, that was from last night. Collision.
And where were they at again?
Independence, Missouri.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Well, no, hold on.
Where the hell is that?
No, hold on, because now Collision in Toledo on October 14, 1,743.
Now that's more surprising.
Now we ain't done. This is for the next 2 months. Dynamite in Rosenberg, Texas on October 18, 2,053. Collision in Memphis on October 21st, 1,112. Dynamite in Philadelphia, October 25th, 2,602. Collision in Uskaville, Connecticut, October 28, 1989. Dynamite in Louisville, November 1st, 1612. Rampage and Collision in LA on November 17, 2855. And the Full Gear pay-per-view in Los Angeles on November 18th, 7,926. So again, MD, you heard them numbers, man. I'm not making this. This ain't something I could make up. I don't know how the hell you could pull these numbers up.
Yeah, well, that changed everything that I just said. So, I remember when I went to Dynamite, I believe the ticket sales, and that was final ticket sales at the gate when the show started. It was around 5 something. So that, I don't know if people just, because of the price, maybe they just getting the tickets at the gate. I don't know.
So
but for it to be that low pre-sale and like that's alarming.
In fairness to them, I will say, these aren't the at the gate, obviously, and they may be. Venkat, please tell me you heard those ticket sale prices, those ticket sales I read out. Venkat, please tell me.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
So let me go through them real quick because you got to hear this. This is for the next 2 months of Dynamite. Of Dynamite and Collision. These are their tickets already sold. And so last night's show, I mean, obviously it was more because they had walk-ups. But so for Collision, October 14th, 1743. I'm just going to go through these. October 18th, Dynamite, 2053. Collision, October 21st, 1112. Dynamite in Philadelphia, 2602. Collision in Connecticut, 1989. Dynamite in Louisville, 1612. Rampage and Collision in LA on November 17th, 2855. And the Full Gear pay-per-view November 18th in LA, 7,926. Venkat, the numbers are dreadful.
Yes, it's embarrassingly bad. Oh my God, I don't know what they. I'm telling you, they need to. You see, this might be because AEW is still not like brand name like WWE yet. They're like an off brand. They're not in the culture like that yet. They have a great product, but this is where the marketing part of the product comes into play. Even though you have a great product, just because nobody recognizes you as being great, you can't get the viewership you should get. It's a weird thing with consumers. They need to feel like for instance, Beats headphones. You got that name brand, you got the back end Dre, Beats by Dre, and all that stuff, but they're better quality headphones that cost less. A lot of them. And Beats is just like middle of the road. This is the same thing with AEW. They have a great product. They're just generical right now, I guess, in the eyes of the audience.
But wait a minute. Let me push back on that, Venkat. Why the PPV ticket sales not like that?
I mean, that's pay-per-view. I mean, a good point. The same people that should be buying the pay-per-views, they should be tuning in every day. I don't know why. I can't explain that, but it's just weird. When they need a full-time commitment from their fans, they're not giving it. They're only getting the pay-per-view. I guess because people probably want to skip past the setup for the pay-per-view and just get right to the meat and potatoes, maybe. I don't know.
So Chris is trying to jump the gun. It's all good. Shout out to Chris who just joined in the chat. So let's get to the Tuesday Night Wars. So last night I was trying to figure out like what the hell was going on. Why were they loading up these shows? So apparently there was an MLB playoff last night. So Dynamite got moved to Tuesday, which means Tuesday is NXT's night. So and Tony Khan again running off his mouth. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna do this Dynamite show where we're gonna do a title Tuesday or whatever. And there was even a quote that he had on Twitter. I forgot to grab it, but he was talking crap. So Triple H now is like, all right, well, you load up your show, I'm going to load up my show because Tuesday is my night anyway. It's just like when NXT was always on Wednesday, AEW took Wednesday so they could get rid of NXT and they pushed them to Tuesday. So I have no love lost for them when it comes to this. So, but let's get into it because last night was fun, man, going just back and forth on social media because the tribalism is insane. I've been a tribalist for so long to where I was always WWE, but lately in the past few months, I have like really come around to appreciate that AEW is a good product. Just nobody's watching it. So last night was the big head-to-head. And so here's the Dynamite versus NXT ratings. This is according to Forbes.com. It reads, WWE NXT beat AEW Dynamite handedly in the latest Tuesday Night War, getting revenge for last year's defeat on star-studded NXT. AEW garnered 609,000 total viewers, down 24% from last week, with a 0.28 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. NXT drew 921,000 viewers, up 7.5% from last week, with a 0.30 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. So basically, the rating that Collision got must have went over to watch NXT because they beat them by damn near 400,000 views. And now Tony Khan, see, I like AEW. Tony Khan is the problem. I always tell you, man, he's too arrogant. If it be one thing, if he was arrogant, like Bill Belichick, another football reference, Bill Belichick, you got another allegedly the greatest coach in football ever. I don't believe that. MD, I want to ask you a question before we get off. Just remind me on Bill Belichick. Supposed to be the greatest greatest football coach of all time. Not looking so good that he doesn't have Tom Brady, but that's another thing. He deserves it though. If he makes a bonehead move, he has the cachet. Tony Khan has done dick. He's done nothing to have the type of mouth that he has and to be as arrogant as he is. I've said from day one with AEW, if they would just operate in their own lane and shut up, stop trying to poke at the bear, stop, because WWE has endless resources. They're gonna constantly, if AEW was to say, all right, well, I'm gonna run another show Tuesday, WWE's just gonna be like, well, all right, well, we're just gonna load it up again and keep making you look bad. Instead of AEW worrying about what they do and trying to be good in their own lane and just do their own thing. They always feel the need to always have to try to poke and prod at the bear, and they got embarrassed. NXT on average gets like 700,000 views. They got damn near 1 million. And AEW got a little over 500,000. Like they almost doubled them up, man. They're like, what? Come on, man. At some point, somebody's going to have to call out their leadership. Their leadership is terrible.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing.
Usually both shows hover around 800,000, right?
No, NXT doesn't do that good. NXT started doing that good when Becky won the title. Last week they were at 859.
Okay. Because I know AEW usually hover around mid 70s, lower 800 usually. So that's drastic.
So Nirvana said the Suzuki Kingston match with the buy. I don't know why they call it a buy-in when it's on TV. It's nothing to pay for.
Well,
and said it was great.
Yeah, because it was on TV. I think it was on TBS. And again, he wanted to jump the gun. So they've been going tit for tat at one another. So WWE said we're gonna give you a 30-minute commercial free at the beginning. AEW said I'm gonna give you 30-minute commercial free. Tony Khan takes it up a step. He's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do a 10-minute run over. WWE was like, okay, I'll do a run over. Then Tony Khan was like, you know what? We'll just do a buy-in with Suzuki and Eddie Kingston 30 minutes before. I mean, I thought WWE was just going to be petty, but it's not even being petty because it's their night. Tuesday is their night. It ain't like it's not like they invaded Wednesday. It's their night.
Right, it is their night.
You come to their night and expect them to lay down for you, and they embarrass you as the big brother normally does. So yeah, I watched the complete NXT show because all the trash talking between the two companies got me excited for the show. I watched the AEW main event. I thought the NXT show, I thought what I saw AEW was cool, but the NXT show was just star power loaded. I mean, it just was. And they had 3 less matches, 4 if you count the buy-in. So let me man, we doing real good. So AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday results from Independence. So let's go through this. You had in the buy-in, Eddie Kingston defeated Minoru Suzuki. Now, I didn't watch these, so I can't give you no match by match rundown. I'm pretty sure my co-host didn't watch it either, but we will give you the results. So Eddie Kingston over Minoru Suzuki.
No, I saw this.
Oh, you saw this?
Yeah, they were, yeah. I mean, Rick, I was talking to Mike about this, and
wait, how did you watch this though? You were doing tape for spot. Oh, you probably watched it after.
No, after tape fist, I was watching it. So they were just slapping his chest, repeated, just standing there. Oh, strong style. Oh, strong style. Standing there, it just looks so foolish. Oh my God.
Oh, you're not a fan of the strong style.
It's not that I'm not a fan of the strong style. I'm not a fan of the stupid style. Just standing there, just letting the guy just touch up your chest like that. Oh, look at this. I'm taking it. Like, that was so ridiculous. Yeah, there shouldn't be guys standing there.
Holy crap.
Huh?
No,
go ahead.
We agree.
It just looks so goofy and ridiculous, man. And then he's elderly like hell. So he's just beating on a senior citizen. It's just weird looking. The whole thing was just weird. But that's just me.
Well, this guy looks like he could kick a whole lot of ass, though.
That man, AEW done ran Minoru Suzuki down to the ground. and still half the casuals don't even know who the hell he is.
Right.
So again, MD. So if we're talking long term, if you want to just be a niche product, then present yourself as being a niche product. Don't be a niche product trying to present yourself as wanting to be a global mover, because you're not. Again, we don't know half these people. And I've been watching wrestling since I was 5. I've been watching this shit for 37 years. I don't know this guy. I don't even know Eddie Kingston. Tell you the truth, before we start doing this show.
I get it, man. I get, like I said, man, bad character development, bro, with AEW. That's what it comes down to.
And Eddie Kingston don't have no problem showing that stomach. My God.
So in the opening match of Dynamite Title Tuesdays, we have Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson, with Bryan Danielson taking the win to advance into the number 1 contenders match for the AEW, for the AEW World Title. No, for the TNT Championship. Sorry about that. Oh, none of you watched it, so there you go.
Yeah, I'm doing tape. Like I said, I haven't had a chance. I got it recorded. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Yeah, actually, now that the show for tomorrow's been pushed back to next week, I'll catch up on it then. All right, so good. We can move on then. You had Powerhouse Hobbs versus Chris Jericho. So here's a young guy. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Chris Jericho.
Do you like Powerhouse Hobbs?
I like Powerhouse Hobbs. You know I love the big beefy son of a bitches. Like he's Big E. He seems like he looks like what I wanted Big E to be. Because I think he looks better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I have zero time for the big smiling black guy that could just be an ass kicker and beat everybody up. This guy to me, and maybe Nurbomb or somebody could tell me, this guy would serve real well if he was under the tutelage of Mark Henry.
Maybe Mark Henry is helping him behind the scenes. Maybe he is. That's one of the reasons he wanted. I was looking at an interview with Mark Henry, and he said that's one of the reasons he wants to be over there, to be able to be with the talent that's coming up right now and give his, like, you know, information and stuff. So you never know.
Yeah. Him being with the Don Callis family, though, is the best thing that could happen to him, because now we're getting TV time.
Yeah.
Before this, he wasn't.
Yeah, I noticed that. But again, you know who I don't see on TV now? The guy he was just feuding with a couple of weeks ago, Miro. Where's Miro?
I know. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Miro should be on TV every week.
Miro is a collision guy.
So nobody will see him then. Nurbomb says if Hobbs doesn't hit with Callis, then he should sign with WWE. So Nurbomb, I don't know if you watch NXT, but NXT has a guy that's basically this guy and Mark Henry put in one. His name, oh my God, Chris, if you're still in the chat, put his name. You know exactly what I'm talking about, man. The big muscle-bound black guy in NXT. They need to do something with him first. Like, both of these companies have a wealth of talent, man. They probably need to start doing some cross promotion to get these guys like into something. So I'm glad you just got a solo picture of him. So it was supposed to be the worst wrestler in the world, John Moxley, versus Ray Phoenix for the International Championship. But Moxley still isn't cleared, and Orange Cassidy stepped in, and Orange Cassidy defeated Ray Phoenix to become the new AEW International Champion with his second title reign. Again, here's another one. This is a guy that I shit on for so long, but low key, y'all didn't know, I used to watch his YouTube videos and I would chuckle a lot with the soft kicks and just things like that. I like him as what he's doing. It's almost like when we send those crazy videos in the group, you know, it's fun in front of an indie crowd, but it ain't going to get over on the big stage. And that's how I see with this guy. Like, I think what really made me respect him though was that that brawl out. Was that called brawl out? No, brawl out was a CM Punk thing. The match that they had in Wembley where
all in together.
Yeah. That was awesome, man. Where he literally was held together with tape. That was awesome.
But that's the thing though, Trevor. We were led to believe storyline wise that Orange Cassidy was all beat up and hurt. and you know, John Moxley beat him, and you know he was gonna take a break. He never stopped wrestling. Now the Rock tape is gone. I think I saw highlights of that match. I didn't see no Rock take on him. And now all of a sudden he back together again and he win the strap back. Like, how that work?
It's wrestling, pal. You gotta suspend your disbelief.
Man, well, that ain't no different than No Mercy when that guy got his hand ripped up and then he didn't sell it.
I'm gonna tell you about something that happened on NXT last night that just made me want to throw the damn control at the TV. So in the next match, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all too, this is that dude right here. I don't think Hangman is any good, but this Jay White dude, this is that dude. Jay White defeated Hangman Adam Page. Hangman is that. Adam Page, Switchblade is that dude, man. He's that dude. That's all I'm gonna say. He just comes off as like one of them assassins, basically, that like a final boss type guy. That he's with that goofball Jay, what's his name? Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Yeah, I can't stand that guy, but he got Tony Storm, so what the hell do I know? But
exactly.
Yeah. Shout out to Bones. But this is that dude, man. Jay White, this is that dude. So
I heard this match was good though.
Yeah.
I'm confused though, Trevor. You say Hangman ain't no good. He done been in two great matches, this one and the one with Swerve, and you still tripping on
I'm looking at body of work, everything I've seen him in, and Hangman has like the second best buckshot lariat in the business next to Logan Paul. How about that?
Okay, I mean, hey, to each his own. I think he good, but he ain't the greatest, but he good.
Nurabomb, I'm still waiting for you to tell us who was better, Edge or Christian. You can't leave tonight. Well, we're gonna try to have you out of here before Dynamite starts, but you can't leave tonight without no, there is no Dynamite tonight without giving us that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm gonna tell you, I can only assume that it's gonna be Jay White and MJF at Full Gear. I hope.
Yeah. Okay.
Jay White win.
So you didn't see the show last night, but no, because that part,
I know he stole the belt.
Yeah, he stole the Burberry belt, and he was posing with it on the outside, and now they got MJF. They got to be careful because they kind of got MJF starting to look like a dweeb now. Where I don't know, man.
He answered you, Trevor.
Yeah, it's obviously crazy because everybody knows that. Christian,
no, it's wrong. Edge is better.
Better than Edge.
Edge is better than him, man. Come on.
So in keeping in vein of things that suck, Saraya versus Hikaru Shida. There's a title change here. So y'all know what I'm gonna ask you. Why the hell did she win the title at Wembley?
Because it was England and she's English.
But okay, so her winning the title, because I seen things going around that she's hurt again. They aren't confirming that. Nobody's confirming that. Why couldn't they just put her in a different? And so you guys like this title change switch? So she just won the belt not even a month ago, maybe a month ago, and now she's losing it back again to Hikaru Shida. And what? Now she's gonna get a rematch? What? Like,
the right thing to do is to put her in a feud with Timeless Tony Storm and let that ride out. But again, I think a bad booking by Tony Khan. There was no point of taking the strap off of Tony Storm to begin with, if you were going to lead to a feud between Saraya and Tony Storm.
Exactly. Exactly. Bones saying Hikaru Shida in this top 5. We know, Bones. Trust me. Anybody know you personally? We know. Nerabomb says, I think the plan was her and Jesus Christ, I can't, bro. You don't want to see this girl next to Sasha, because remember, Sasha's the one that put her on the shelf in the first place. Though that will, if Botchamania is still around,
Botchamania,
he could make a whole video off of that match. If these two chicks go at it, he could make a whole video off of that match. Hope is Shida and Sasha. So Nerabomb is saying like Sasha's is she signed? At this point, that would be Tony's only smoking gun. Like, because Edge is not. Hey, Dave Meltzer is AEW's biggest cheerleader, and for him to basically say that Edge ain't gonna move the needle, I agree. Because after
I don't think Edge doesn't have to move anything. He just needs to play his part.
Venkat, he has to get them at some point. Dynamite needs to sustain 1 million viewers, and Collision has to do at least 500,000.
But that's not fair for it to go on Edge's shoulder. I mean, look at where Edge was in WWE. He had to do nothing near that in WWE. Why should he have to be responsible for AEW to do that? He's at a different point.
Needle mover.
No, it's not. Ed should be lucky to even be wrestling right now. He should be fortunate to be out there. It's not the same. He's not that type of person in his career at the moment. He's just like a little piece that just adds to them. But I never looked at Edge going over there. It's like, oh my God, it's this big move. It's an NWO guy coming in. Like,
I'm setting them up.
Vancat, neither was Christian, but Christian is one of the hottest things in AEW right now.
Yeah, but that's different though, right? He didn't have any pressure coming in to be that. They've given the pressure to Edge to be that. Christian organically is able to do what he's doing with no pressure. That's different.
Last week you told me that in 2 years, Edge is going to have a bigger impact on AEW than Jade Cargill is going to have on WWE. You still
will
into that? All right.
He will.
All right.
In 2 years.
Now see, I don't want to say what I was about to say because I don't want to come off like I'm trying to wish bad on him because I'm not. But one thing I do agree with you, Venkat. Why are we putting it all on Edge's shoulders? And why is nobody blaming Kenny Omega? I heard he was the best wrestler in the world. He's
great.
But why doesn't he bear any of the brunt of the blame for getting the numbers up?
Well, really, that should be on MJF's shoulder. He's the champion.
If Kenny Omega, MJF and Samoa Joe did a 1.2 million in their match a few weeks ago. But God forbid they put their world champion in some good spots and not have him doing foolishness. You giving the spotlight to the 50-year-olds.
I think as champion, MJF should be on all the shows.
He should.
Yeah. I think Roman Reigns should be showing up on Raw.
Speaking of the needle mover, he'll be back this Friday. Nirban says Kenny is the GOAT, but nobody knows who he is. Again, what do we want to be? What are we saying we are? You want to be this nice little one step above independent promotion, or you want to play with the big boys? Because whenever something good happens, you want to pull out your Johnson and try to say, see, WWE, I could compete with you. But then when you get your ass obliterated by WWE's third brand, then you're like, hey, remember, we're the new company. We just started. We're 4 years in the game. Can't have it both ways.
I agree with that, Trevor. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. You can't talk big boy talk, and then when things get wrenched up on your ass, you then go back in the fetal position. I agree.
And in the main event, rated R superstar Adam Copeland, man, how the hell were they able to get the music? They were able to keep this name, the rated R superstar, defeated Luchasaurus. Now, I'm going to say this. I did watch the last half of this match. This match sucked. And when you go back and watch it, MD probably going to catch it soon. This match was not good, and Edge was huffing and puffing in this match. I don't know if it's because he's not used to working with guys this big or what, but man, there was spots. He did an Edge-o-matic on the Edge where he literally just dropped down. And I'm like, Luchasaurus, don't sell this. Do not sell this because it's going to make you look like an ass. Do not sell it. And he sold it because he had to. He didn't want to make the old guy look bad. And then it ended up with a brawl and Danielson came out. Then the BBC came out and Paige ended up coming out and just turned out into a big melee, almost like how it ended on SmackDown. Nurban, see, I like Nurban. Nurban saying he's gassed during promo. I'm telling Venkat, I don't see it, man. Because you're like, oh, he's gonna come over and have all these great matches. When you watch that match back, he was toast. And Luchasaurus doesn't do anything. It ain't like Luchasaurus is a Kenny Omega where you're gonna have to take one wing angels and V triggers and all that crap. Luchasaurus is a one gimmick thing. He's big. Oh, I could choke slam you. I could slam it. I could do stuff like that. It's like, yeah, the match was good for stories of that match. I don't know. We all might watch matches different, but Edge was.
Well, it's just one match. It's the first match. Let's judge him. Let's judge him in 90 days.
Man, Edge is here for 2 matches and 2 matches only. Edge versus Christian, and Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys one more time. That's it. After that, you're done.
Do you want to see that? You want to see that?
I mean, for nostalgia purposes, it'll be nice to see. Nostalgia purpose. It'll be nice to see. I ain't saying it's gonna be any good. That ain't what I said. But it will be a match that'll draw. Sure.
I think that's MD breaking up. I think you're breaking up, MD.
Yeah. I'm probably breaking up. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that's all I was saying.
All right, so let's move on to NXT. So NXT was, I mean, like literally they were wrong for this. Like they literally just loaded the damn show up. So AEW could have put anything out there. It wasn't gonna do anything. What I like though is when John Cena came out. So the show opened with Cody Rhodes. So first of all, the show opened with Cody Rhodes, and he came out and announced that they're going to be doing the new the Dusty Classic tournament this year, which I'm curious to see where the hell they're going to get tag teams from to do it, even though they are look like they're Authors of Pain may finally make their re-debut. Then Cody Rhodes also went out to say that he is the GM for the night, so he can make any match. It was really important. So in the opening match, so when Cody Rhodes, Ilya Dragunov came out there, and then he was talking, they were having their back and forth banter. Then the Heat Magnet, which is Dominic Mysterio, came out and challenged Dragunov to a match later in the night. And Dragunov was telling him to put the North American title on the line. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that, but you got to put the NXT title on the line. So, which didn't make any sense because you should have to put the North American on the line, but whatever. So they did put the they did put the NXT title on the line. So the opening match was Roxanne Perez versus Asuka. Pretty good match. I thought. I mean, Asuka was back in rare NXT form. Asuka was awesome in NXT, and I do love that they mentioned still undefeated in NXT. I love that they mentioned that. Asuka won this match easily, but she wasn't rare form. She just felt more comfy, doing her thing. And with that crowd, because that crowd, well, I was gonna say that crowd had more black people in the crowd than I'm not used to seeing. And I'm talking about like black people that look like us, not like, I mean, you had there were some pretty black.
Oh, the real blacks? Are you talking about the real blacks?
Yeah, the black people came out, but there was even like
that's funny.
there was some pretty women in the crowd too. Like I'm like, damn, like black women, and they just like cheering for every damn thing, and John, with John Cena singing along to all his words. And it was cool though. It was just interesting because normally when I see an NXT crowd is more of a mixture, but there was a lot of black people. I noticed that. I really paid attention to that for some reason. So then you had this match here, which was called a pub rules match. You had Gallus, which is badass. Gallus is badass versus Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes. Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes did get the win. So here's a spot that I told you I wanted to throw my remote against the TV. They had a spot in here. Where Pete Dunne, because he does the hand gimmick, he put Joe Coffey's hand against a dartboard and took a dart and like stuck it in his hand. That would have been good. Like you would have looked at it and been like, okay. But my 8-year-old called this out and she was like, Daddy, he just looked for the open spot in between the fingers. Man. And they were shooting it so tight. I'm like, man, why are y'all putting so much emphasis on this, man? It just looks bad. Like, why do it? Just I don't know. So then you did have the NXT Championship match, Ilya Dragunov versus Dominic Mysterio. I mean, this match was never in question. Ilya Dragunov hit him with a damn H-bomb. I thought Dom was knocked out. Judgment Day did come out and get involved. Trick Williams came out and pulled Rhea Ripley off the apron. Rhea landed in his arms, and then they had an awkward stare, and then Twitter erupted, and they was like, yeah, telling her boyfriend that she about to lose him to the black guy, like the way she was looking at him. So I thought that was really funny. But yeah, Ilya Dragunov won this match. LA Knight was the special guest referee, so he helped. Yeah, look at that. They loaded this show up. They had LA Knight just show up randomly. Like it was crazy. And he was a special guest referee of this match. No harm, no foul here. Then you had the main event. Damn, y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, because none of y'all saw this. Okay. So then you had the main event. So all of a sudden, Carmelo and John Cena are best buddies. So what was interesting is they had a backstage promo to where Carmelo was like, so the winner of this match gets put into a triple threat for next week for the title, for the number one contendership. Trick came back there and he was trying to talk to Carmelo, but Carmelo like, yeah, I'm trying to get ready for my match, blah blah blah. And then he was like, yeah, but you know you got a shot at the NXT the North American title. And then Carmelo walked away. He was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get finished ready for my match. And Trick just looked at John Cena, like his face changed, his whole facial expression changed. And then he looked at John Cena and he was like, look, he said, I gotta ask you a question. He was like, how do you know? He said, how do you know when it's your time? Like basically, like it's coming. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if by next week he turns on him. I mean, that's coming. And then John looked at him and was like, I know where you're going. Let's go have a conversation. So he took him out, and then they had their talk. This was a good match, man. Like, I mean, you don't expect anything different from these two. This is a really Trick is going to be bigger than Carmelo. See, I can see that. I don't like Trick's wrestling, but his character is, he's really, I could see him getting over with the crowd, especially that whoop that Trick. I mean, come on, man. Who don't like to chant stuff? So, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, I saw some of this match. It was good. It was good. At the ending, then like Paul Heyman like run away and what's the name? Braun Breaker, yeah, and Undertaker. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to mess up your thing.
No,
go ahead.
So the match ended. Mello ended up getting the win, and then Braun Breaker attacked him at the end. And they're like, okay, because everybody forgot that they said Undertaker was going to be there. So Braun Breaker gets the mic and he's standing over him and he's like, I'm the biggest, baddest, blah, blah, blah. And everybody stands up because they know what's getting ready to happen. And then he's just talking crap. Mello's down there selling. And next thing you know, you hear the damn bong. And,
yep.
And man, that place had more than his normal 200 people in there last night. Like those jokers got loud and the American Badass came out. It wasn't even old school Taker. It was American Badass came out. And
yeah, I like that shirt too. The shirt he has on.
Yeah, they that's the next story. American Badass came out and then they had a stare down. Taker told him, he was like, hey kid, you're gonna be the future and blah blah blah, you're good and this and that. And Breaker wasn't trying to hear that, threw a punch at Taker. Taker got him up real nice and high for that choke slam. And just celebrated with the crowd and it went off. I mean, NXT, they for what they presented, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say the wrestling on the AEW show was light years better. I'm gonna just go on a limb and say that. But for what NXT presented tonight was them saying, hey, anything you could do, I could do better. And that's literally what they did, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, I don't think I've ever seen Undertaker or John Cena at NXT ever.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question, Trail. You done had Braun Breaker eat a loss from Corbin. Now he turn around and lose to Carmelo. Is it time, man? Is it time?
I thought that this was their way of writing him off.
There you go.
He has to. Yeah, he got it. That's it. He lost. He lost to Corbin, which was shocked the hell out of me, but it was a really good match. He lost the title to Melo, and then he took the choke slam from Taker. Like, I mean, not to bury the lead, but we're gonna get into our judging system. I mean, are they trying to put him over or put him under? Like, I know they're not trying to bury him, but I know you do the honors on your way out, but man, how much does this guy need to take, especially on a show like this? So when he shows up on Monday Night Raw, you don't want to remember him as the guy that Undertaker chokeslammed. That's the last thing you want to remember of him for a new guy.
Yeah.
Just like it would always bother me when they bring the NXT champion up to Raw to have them lose to whoever. You know, I'm like, bro, why even have him? If you're gonna bring him on, that means you want to showcase him, put him up against a jobber or something. You know,
that was the last match, Trevor.
Yeah,
that was the last match. Okay.
There was a match that I did miss, and I don't want to but I couldn't for some reason I couldn't find a card for them. Lola Vice did defeat Danny Palmer in the breakout tournament. I just say, fellas, go take a look at that one. That's all I will say.
So
Becky Lynch wasn't on the show at all.
Who?
Becky Lynch.
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. So Trevor. The rating that you would give the AEW show from what you've seen, we can't hold you to the whole thing because you didn't see the whole show, right? What would you get? Okay, so on this scale right here, 0 up to 5, what would you give it?
So based on what I saw, I would have to give it a mid card right now, just because I didn't watch it all.
Okay.
So I can't judge it. I'd literally be judging it off of the main event.
And then what would you judge the NXT show's quality?
I'd give the NXT show a good 4 because it was a fun. It kept your attention the whole time. It never had any dull moments, and they like legit just kept. It's like it was one of them things that they didn't give you the opportunity to go take a piss or anything. It was just one of them things where you just had to keep. They just kept going.
So you were locked in. You were locked in the whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching that. I was watching that the whole time. Nerdbomb, how do I get a date with Lola? Yeah, NXT got some lookers, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Especially, MD, how do you like what they're doing to Thea Hale? That change in her character.
Yeah. I like Thea Hale. Like Thea Hale, I like her character. She's enough. I guess because she got like a fitness type body. She looked weird to me. I don't know what it is about her. But hey, the little teenage kids, they like her. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You think it's a good move putting her with JC Jane?
I mean, it's a good move to see the payoff. Yeah. You know what I mean? JC Jane do a good job at her heel work. You know what I mean? So I can see the payoff being pretty good, when it finally comes. But I like the change of attitude. I like that she's keeping her old they try to make her look like a badass, but at the same time she's still like in essence still like Chase U Thea Hale. You know what I'm saying?
Why isn't Toxic Attraction on the main roster?
I have no idea.
That team was so like, I mean, I know you're gonna say, oh, they don't have Mandy Rose, but they could have worked without her. They didn't.
But they're a tag team at the end of the day. And that's what's more important.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you do got the women's tag team titles that I'm got to do something with them. So I mean, that's another tag team fell by the wayside.
Yeah, it's crazy. So here's a very interesting story that I wanted to make sure to get in. Backstage rumors on Paul Triple H Levesque's role in WWE. and TKO. So this comes from Wrestling Inc. and I did see it on a couple of other sites. Fightful Select also. See, real quick, that go y'all the commitment that I make to this show, that I went and signed up for to Fightful Select, so I can get, because there's very few wrestling reporters that if they say something, I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm almost gonna take it as law. And Sean Ross Sapp is one of them. So I did sign up to Fightful Select, just to verify a lot of this stuff that I say, because he tries his hardest not to report any false information. So the story reads, Vince McMahon's future in the WWE is unclear, with the recent SEC filings leading to speculation that the longtime executive might be fashioning an exit plan from the newly minted TKO Group Holdings, which formed in the wake of WWE's merger with UFC under the UFC parent company Endeavor. This speculation has led to further speculation about who is running WWE's creative branch, McMahon or Triple H, who assumed the reins of chief content officer following McMahon's initial retirement. It's unclear what the power structure is within WWE's creative brain trust, though some believe the wind is blowing in a certain direction. So here's the thing. PW Insider Elite Mike Johnson recently passed along that rumors within WWE have Levesque driving what he's describing as 99% of WWE's creative direction, with the word being that Levesque has been knighted by TKO to lead the promotion instead of McMahon, a decision which is said to have had positive effect on the backstage morale. However, this does not mean that McMahon is out of the picture, as the long-term WWE figurehead is currently executive chairman of TKO and has remained active within WWE since his return in January. It is believed that McMahon as long as he's around, will always have some input in WWE, and that occasional tug of war between himself and Levesque may still pop up every now and then, with the chief content officer sometime acquiescing to McMahon's suggestion. So basically the reason I wanted to bring this up is because, according to this report, and other things that I've heard, is that, and this is me saying this now, there's nobody else reporting this, that it seems like TKO may be trying to push McMahon out. I mean, because the deal was that he remains figurehead. I mean, he could still be figurehead with no power. Like when you think of WWE, you think of Vince McMahon. I mean, he's figurehead. There you go.
All right, they're trying to make him the Kevin McCarthy of WWE, I guess, where he had no power as Speaker of the House, so he's going to be like a powerless guy that could get eliminated out of the company at any moment, which happened to Kevin McCarthy, actually.
This went on longer, but for time's sake, they were saying how, they're kind of embarrassed by all the pay. And he's paid over $30 million in hush money to various women, and the company is like, well, wait a minute, man, we can't have this black eye on our promotion. So I feel like they're trying to push him out. I remember a time when I was still going to church, we were renting a church from somewhere else, and that church was still having church service, so they'd be real rude and try to push us out when the time came up. And my pastor at the time was trying to work out a deal with them, like, hey, let us take over daily operations and you'll be like pastor emeritus. So you'll still have the title, but you really won't have no power, and you'll still get a salary, but you just won't be able to make no decisions. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do to him, because in the story, it talks about how morale has been much higher lately. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't notice until I read this story. I have enjoyed the past 3 Monday Night Raws. Y'all know I stopped watching Monday Night Raw, but I have been enjoying the past 3 Monday Night Raws, because you're seeing Gargano show up. You're seeing the emphasis trying to be put on the women now. They're getting more time on TV. I'm getting my big beefy son of a bitch match. Hell, you had Raquel Gonzalez and and Nia Jax beating the hell out of each other on Monday night. You got Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley coming up next week. They're putting more emphasis on the tag team title scene. And I just feel like all that is stuff that Triple H was trying to do before Vince came back. Bronson Reed is getting more shine on TV again. You got Chad Gable. You got like DIY finally. They've been talking about DIY coming back for 6 months. They finally reunited. That's going to be a huge shot in the arm. And Tegan Knox is now on TV. Tegan Knox been signed for 7 months. She's now finally getting a spot on TV. Looks like they're trying to do a tag team with her and Nat. So those are all Triple H moves. Like you could look at certain things and be like, huh, that's a Triple H move. And the wrestlers are now being, the report is that their morale is back up, because when they heard Vince was coming back, they were like, well, shit. Because let's face it. I mean, I know I rag on Venkat a lot for always wanting to tell millionaires what to do with their money, but if you have any bit of
not their money, that's the problem.
See,
they done stole the money from the workers. Right, not their money. Allocating funds away from the workers. It's not their money.
If you have any bit of moral fiber in your body, you're not really going to want to work for a guy that has known, extramarital affairs and paying people hush money and shit like that. Just
you're talking about Trump?
No, I'm talking about this guy on the screen right now.
Exactly, he's just like Trump. The same thing.
Just a morality issue. Oh, MD was about to say something.
No, I'm being quiet, man. I'm letting Venkat rock out tonight.
MD, go ahead.
But MD, more specifically though, do you think they're trying to push him out?
Yeah, I remember a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember if we talked about it on the show or not, but I remember a couple of weeks ago the Axiom report came out when they were I guess they were speaking to the stockholders or whatnot, and they were saying like, yeah, like, some of the stuff that McMahon been into ain't a good look for the company. I'm like, well, damn, y'all wasn't saying that when the merger took place.
They had to get the company from them.
Yeah, got to grease some palms and shine some shoes before the deal get done. Then you can talk all your stuff. I get it.
A lot of finessing going on.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I remember when that Axiom report came out. I was like, yeah. They probably finna get him up out of here.
Because this was the only deal that would have kept him in some type of power. But I mean, deals is only as good as the ink drying. I mean, like they could easily buy him out of that. Because remember, he had like cash deals on the table. He could have got $12 billion from the Saudis. He took this deal just because under the hopes that it's his friend and they're going to keep him in power. But I feel I'd be surprised if I give it a year that he's not 100% just out, like has zero input and just nothing. Shout out to Tequila, because it's not his company anymore. So
yeah, he's McMahon, he's got to get out of there, man. They got to get his ass out of there, and I hope they do make him get out of there for real. Because like you said, you're seeing a difference when his presence is there. You feel it, and it's not a good feeling.
Like the Monday Night Raws have like actually been really good. That tag team match with Sami KO and Jey Uso and Cody was a good long ass match. Like and the fun and the thing about it ended with no shenanigans, nothing. It ended. It was a sportsmanship handshake at the end, and it was like, hey, let's go off the air. It was different. It didn't end in all the chaos and Judgment Day running out 100 times, and it just seemed different. Oh, well, last note from Raw. Drew McIntyre is going to be Seth's next opponent, and it looks like it's coming up at Saudi. at the next Saudi show. What
Is that before or after Survivor Series?
That's before Survivor Series.
Okay.
What are the odds they kick out McMahon and he debuts in Dynamite with a faction? just to be petty?
That would be so funny.
Just to be petty, I think he would.
He would do it.
But then that would show the hypocrisy of AEW fans if they accept him in with open arms. Because
go ahead, finish up.
Well, because they've been they've been crucifying the guy. And now as long as he comes over to their team, they're okay.
Right. That's exactly what would happen.
But what can he add to an AEW?
It's just a shock moment for them, you know. It's a shock moment for wrestling, really. It's one of those WCW being bought out type moments. Even though he's not getting anything like that, it would just be one of those moments. That's the only reason it would happen.
That would be funny as hell. What you was gonna say, MD?
Hey, I was going to say, and I think Sean Rossap reported on this too. It was rumored that I guess War Games possibly maybe
yes
on the table too.
Yes, and Vince don't like War Games.
So yeah, so that'll be a further indication that Triple H back on the scene. You know what I mean?
Because why wouldn't you have War Games at Survivor Series?
It makes so much sense. It's the perfect add-on to Survivor. Something called Survivor Series has War Games in it. That just makes so much sense.
It's crazy. So man, we at the review now. So Venkat, throw up that scale again. We're just gonna do it after every match so we don't lose thought. So we do have a rating scale from 1 to 5, 1 star to 5 stars. 0 stars means you're buried. I can't really see what it says, but 1 is a no sell, which is worse. 2 is a jobber status, you're bad. 3, you're a mid card, which is good. 4, you're going over, you're better. And then you have the great tier, which is 5. That's the big gold title, the best belt in wrestling. Excuse me. Oh, and WWE does have that Crumline belt back, that big gold belt. Did you see it yet with the red with the brown strap? Oh, that belt looks so good.
You talking about Shop WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna get it?
I want it, man, but I got to get this Dolphin belt first, man. I gotta get the Dolphin belt.
You should get the Dolphin belt because you never know, it might discontinue out of nowhere.
I hear those things are selling good. Like I saw a couple. Hell, I saw a couple in the AEW crowd. Like I saw a Steelers one. I saw a Cowboys one. I hear they're selling really good. So
hey, that custom belt that Shane McMahon's son had was nice.
Yeah.
The spinner belt, the Cena spinner belt.
So don't worry. I got you covered with that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, my bad.
All right, so let's go over this WWE Fastlane card. Real quick, just what did you guys just think of the event overall? Because I don't have much to say on this.
It started off, oh my God, amazing, and then it gradually just dissipated.
It was okay. It was all right. Like I said, I came in the women's match.
I think I agree with Venkat. It started off really, really hot. But it suffered from the same thing most WWE pay-per-views suffered from, having to follow an NXT show. And it just wasn't going to happen. So
right, because No Mercy was really good.
Yeah, it just was not going to happen. So let's get into this card. So as MD stated, Shane McMahon's son, and the fact that they showed him and said that that's who it was lets you know that Vince is not around, because Vince is very petty. He didn't even want you mentioning Shane after he fired him. I can't believe this kid got so big. I remember him at WrestleMania. What was that? WrestleMania Dallas, coming out on the stage with his dad. But yeah,
well, they better protect his quads because it runs in the family. Those quads be popping in the McMahon household.
Yeah, so he
Hey,
does.
hey, that's weird that you say that because he a running back.
Oh, he
Oh
is.
my goodness.
Oh
Oh
boy.
Lord.
And according, I hope they don't play on turf. Well,
Oh, boy.
according to
I mean,
MD,
it just keeps getting worse.
according to MD, turf is just that's bad conditioning. That's all. Just bad conditioning. So one of Shane McMahon, I think he has like 4 sons. Oh, what I forgot to mention, there are rumblings though that Stephanie McMahon may be coming back now once her dad is completely gone, which is crazy. She don't want nothing to do with him as far as the company. So that is something
I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit.
And people love Stephanie. Stephanie has her character on the camera is one thing, but generally nobody really says anything bad about her. Like they all say that she's a sweetheart behind the scenes, and she is big on marketing. She is a brand marketer. So just show a couple of still shots right now. You got Shane McMahon's son. Venkat made notice of this. All the advertisements. My goodness, and I get it because hell, hey, who wants to turn down a nice ad, especially from a big sponsor like Pizza Hut? But the fact that they would bring the pizza out, during the show,
look, and had the Negro doing it, had Xavier Wood.
They had the blackity black.
Hey, y'all come get some pizza.
Oh man. So let's get into the opening match. You had the WWE Unified Tag Team Champions Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus main event Jey Uso and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Venkat mentioned, if you're a main eventer, why are you opening the match? It doesn't matter. MJF opens the show all the time. It doesn't matter. I don't have no issue with it. What were you guys' thoughts on this match?
I thought the match was amazing. It was like it was not only entertaining, fast. It was fast paced. There was a story there, the back and forth, and then the end result was surprising. So I just had to smile at the end of the match. I picked Judgment Day to win, but I was like, I'm not mad at this. This was really good. It was competitive. More wrestling matches should be like this. You shouldn't have to have like top tier talent to have this. I think it's a predetermined sport. And the fact that we don't have enough competitive matches, like you said, the Revival, FTR, them getting squashed. Again, it's a predetermined sport. We should have more, at least competitive matches. And this was a competitive match. This was a fun match, entertaining, and it had a great story on top of all that. And the ending, I'm not mad at, even though I wanted the other team to win. It was really good. I give it a big goal 5-star.
Okay, you got the clear, transparent overlay up there. Okay.
That's the only one I got right now. I'm sure.
Okay. MD, what were your thoughts on this match? Did you see this one? Because you said you came in.
I went back and watched it. Sunday. It was a good match. Again, I thought Judgment Day was gonna win. I was surprised that they put the belts on Jay and Cody. But it goes back to your point though, Trev. Like at this point, Cody might be a secondary player for the time being. That don't take away from the match. The match was good. I like the storyline behind it. It furthered Judgment Day stuff, and Judgment Day is taking over as far as like the biggest thing in WWE right now. It's not the Bloodline. I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do again. When I saw that they took the belts off of Priest and Finn Balor, I'm like, okay, Like what are we gonna do with Finn? I mean, I feel bad for him because I think he's gonna fall by the wayside too. But I give it a 4. I give it a 4.
All right, so 4 going over. That's cool.
So I watched this match. I'm gonna tell y'all again. You never understand wrestling until you watch it with a little kid. And my daughter asked me, she said, "Daddy, why do they keep holding that rope over there?" She was talking about the tag rope. I said, "That's the tag rope. You got to hold that rope in order to make the tag legal." So she's like, "Okay, so you can't tag unless you're holding that rope. Remember that. That's very important." Not even 2 minutes later, Damian Priest is 5 feet away from the rope. and the ref is allowing his tag. They did it like 4 times. And she was like, "Daddy, he's not holding the rope." I said, "Man, at this point," I said, like, for real, like, if you're not going to have rules, if you're not going to enforce the rules, it'd be one thing if the ref wasn't standing there looking at him, but he was legit looking at him every time. So that was my real big pet peeve about that match. I love Cody and Jay's finisher. That modified heart attack into the Cody cutter, like that was awesome. And the way they did it on Monday Night Raw, oh my goodness, I thought he took what was that, Sami Zayn? No, he KO. I thought he took KO's head completely off with that Cody cutter. But I thought the match was really good. It was very interesting that they worked Jay over. So for the hot tag. And I felt like at the beginning, though, it was going a little bit too long. Like I would have liked to see the hot tag a little faster. I feel like, but it was 5 matches on the card, so they had to space out the timing. But I feel like they worked Jay over a little bit too much. And there was some times where Jay seemed like he was lost, which is weird because he's been doing this forever and he's like one of the best. And like that,
he ain't no Rick Martel.
that just stood out to me though. But I thought the match was really good, man. And so here's my problem. MD brought it up, and y'all knew I was gonna bring this up.
Okay.
This can't be Cody's first title. You can't.
It's not a big deal, man. It's not a big deal.
You can't do it because you guys, everybody to a man said that he can't challenge Seth for the world title, but now we're okay with him being the tag champion. You can't do it, man.
I don't think it's a big deal. I actually think it's smart to do that. I think it's smart to do that. It's giving him something else to be involved with until you get back to that place.
So
you don't have Brock Lesnar no more. He can't feud with Brock Lesnar.
Brock will be back soon.
Oh.
So he could set up his feud for the Saudi show. But
what's your rating though?
But what this does do real quick, I give, see, you don't have halves. I give this a 4.5.
No, no halves. 4.
No, I give, okay.
It's
so
a 4 or a 5.
I got to give it a 4 just because the tag rope thing was too glaring. You can't do that. You can't do that. And when my 8-year-old is calling it out, you just can't do it. But what I was gonna say is this may be a means to an end, and it's WWE. So as I say this, they're probably like, "Nah, we wasn't thinking of that." But now this gives Cody a reason to be on SmackDown. This gives him a reason to be on SmackDown because now they're the tag champions, so they can go to both brands. But you know this is just set up for them to lose the belt to Jimmy and Solo.
But they could have just had the Judgment Day go straight up against the Bloodline.
And they do have a rematch. Well, the Judgment Day and the Bloodline kind of have an alliance now, but
do they? Because they were kind of fighting the other day, weren't they?
Yeah, they kind of all broke, all kind of went to hell. But I thought this match, I thought this was a really good match, man. Cody continues to be like just MVP status, like just really good. And this main event Jey Uso run is looking pretty good. I mean, He's looking pretty good. I wouldn't. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't mind seeing him beating Gunther. I don't want nobody to beat Gunther, but it's looking really good. All right, so in the next match, we had a six-man tag. We had the LWO versus the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I picked the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I'm just gonna say, if these guys don't start getting wins and destroying people, then this group is dead in the water. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar came to the ring without their partner, which kind of NWO vibes, Hulk Hogan not having to come out, but it all made sense at the end. I thought this match was just meh. I thought this match was just meh. That's all I got on it.
Yeah, I didn't see this match.
It wasn't too bad. So my rating for the match. Trevor said I would literally be mid card, so it's good enough. So I'll go the same way. 3 stars mid card. I knew that. I knew it was obvious to me. LWO was going to win. Because again, just like I said in the prediction show, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are constantly having issues, and I knew that was going to be an ongoing trend. They're not just going to lock in just like that. They're going through something. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to kick a member out or just split apart or what they're going to do. But you could tell that they were going to lose that match. And once I heard about the mystery partner, I knew for sure they were going to lose at that point. But yeah, I'll give it a 3 mid card. Was it horrible? No. There's other matches that'll lose your attention later on, and that's kind of sorry to me. So yeah, 3 on the mid card for me.
The rumor, so Carlito, no shock, was the mystery opponent. Escobar was down, Ray was getting worked over, and Carlito, his terrible new music hit, and he came running down. The LWO did pick up the win, but there is rumors that Bobby Lashley's group is getting a new member. I'm hoping it's going to be Bianca, and kind of like the Judgment Day, because the Judgment Day didn't start popping until they got Rhea, and she was kind of like that linchpin to just get them in shape. Like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? You're losing all your matches. So, MD, you didn't see this one?
Nah, I didn't see this match.
All right, so yeah, I agree with Venkat though. I give it a 3, just for Carlito's return. So in a pointless ass backstage segment, they show Jade Cargill arriving. So I'm thinking like, okay, and they did it on NXT last night also. They showed the car pulls up and you see this pink. At first, Jade was on Twitter and she showed her phone and it says Shawn Michaels. And then she was like, all you got to do, if you need me, I'll be there. So they cut to this backstage segment and you see the limo pull up. Shawn Michaels is outside and Jade Cargill steps out. So I'm thinking she's coming to the ring. You never saw her again for the rest of the night. Just like this. They show her coming out. Like, what the hell was she doing? Walking the catering to go sit there and watch the show? So I thought that was weird. So here's my thing with Jade. If you're not gonna like have her do anything, don't even do this. Just save her to the Royal Rumble. Save her to the Royal Rumble. Let her have the standoff with Bianca, or have her smash Becky and just be done with it. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, it's getting to the verge where they gonna screw up her debut. Period. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why they doing all this. Like, it's weird to me, but in any event.
So we had the triple threat for the the WWE. Which one is this? This is the WWE the WWE Women's Championship between Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and the champion Io Sky. Which Io Sky did end up victorious in this match. Real quick again, I didn't like this one. I thought this was sloppy. I've seen better from all three of these women. I thought it was really sloppy. What I did love though was the no, that wasn't in this match. No, sorry, that was a different match. But I just thought it was sloppy. I don't have any good points about this. I'm kind of over Bailey getting involved in everything. Charlotte needs to stop doing the moonsault because she'll never hit it. I just didn't like it. And then it's not. Then it doesn't help when you got Venkat always pointing out, man, look how much bigger Charlotte is than both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't care for this, man. Yeah, go and put the rating up. I can give you my rating right now. I give this a 3. I didn't care for it at all. I'm just happy EO retained.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't. It was sloppy, like Trevor said. There were missed moments, and it's just a weird matchup in general. I don't think they should have had this matchup, this pairing. It's really bad when you see it, especially like you said, the height differential. I mean, Charlotte looks like a big giant when you pair her up with those two short women. I'm not gonna go jobber, but I'll go mid card. A 3 on that.
Yeah. I was disappointed, man. I was disappointed. I thought this was gonna be match of the night. That's what I thought.
Me too.
You know what I mean? I don't know how you get Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Asuka in the ring and don't create an instant clash. I don't see how. You know what I mean? I you know, they did the whole figure 8 and off the top rope spot. So, you know, that's become commonplace. But hey, it was a beautiful moonsault. Beautiful.
Yeah, EO.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, EO hit it this time.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I was expecting way much. I thought Charlotte was gonna go over based on what we got coming up. Obviously, I was wrong. I don't even know where they can go with EO now unless they do a proper version of EO versus Oscar. A proper version. You know what I mean? But yeah, I give it a 3. I'm with y'all.
EO has to be Bianca, right? Has to be.
I mean, I guess, but there goes your theory of her going into Bobby Lashley group because you got to stay face if she's gonna go up against her.
Well, against EO, remember they booed her against EO.
Yeah. So I mean, unless it's a double turn or unless it's something to do with Bailey, I don't know.
Yeah, EO needs to be a baby face now. Anyway, EO doesn't play a good heel. She needs a split from Damage Control. I don't see it happening, but she does need. I think once she splits from them, she'll be much better. I don't want to take anything away from the women themselves, but this match just wasn't it. Like it just didn't. I've seen better, I've seen better women's matches within the week. Like, I mean, this just wasn't it. Like it just didn't do it. So yeah.
Shout out to Bones. I know Bones like EO. EO got a nice round Asian face.
Hey man, I'm looking for a time to play as I gotta do it now. Uh-oh.
Ain't nothing like a dark chocolate woman.
Gotta do it now. Oh man, we got 2 matches to go. So I thought this was going to be the main event. It shocked the hell out of me that it wasn't the main event. But after seeing the match, it didn't need to be the main event. Here you have another match. John Cena and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Again, I just thought this it was a spectacle. You know, you got John Cena, you got LA Knight who's over as hell. You got the bloodline, whatever remnants of them. Without Jey Uso, they lack a lot, and then you don't have the champion the champion never shows up. I didn't care for this one. I just thought I thought it was mid, man, because at this point, John Cena's just gonna play the hits, and there was nothing in this match that stepped out to me. Nothing that I'll remember. Here we are a week later. I don't even remember. Not even a full week. Like 4 days later, I don't remember anything memorable from this match. The most memorable thing I remember from this match is I'm like, damn, how the hell did Paul Heyman get so great? Or when did he get so damn great? Like it just and
when he stopped using the die.
Yeah, because on NXT last night, my goodness, he looked like Father Time. And LA Knight is finally hitting that blunt force trauma really good. Like now he's finally hitting it. And it is showing like all signs are pointing to him versus Roman probably at the Saudi show. So that's all I got from this. And LA Knight and John Cena did get the win in this match. To me, it was nothing to see here. Like nothing memorable to me. Nothing.
Yeah. It was just a buffer match to keep the crowd from not going to sleep. I mean, it was, that's another thing. Like, I'm enjoying WWE having these events, and they're not long. You know what I'm saying? They're not long at all. Like they up and at them. You know what I'm saying? But this match, it was a transition match. That's all it was. It was there to keep the crowd, on its toes and excited for the main event. That was it. I don't take nothing out of it. And to get LA Knight, it's funny. They doing as much as they can to get LA Knight over now. When we were complaining about this just a few months ago, you know what I'm saying?
But
now it's like they just overdoing it.
Exactly.
Coming in the Slim Jim car and all that. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Somebody won the Slim Jim car. Go ahead, Trey.
Did you ever think you'll see a time where John Cena is in the buffer match though?
I mean, look at his position now. Like, I ain't expecting him to go for the world title. So what else?
Right, he's older. He's older. He's too old to be doing that.
I don't know because I got to be consistent with it. If I'm going to criticize Edge, and I got to criticize Cena, I think Cena's just going through the motions. And Venkat, you watched the press conference. Didn't somebody ask him about the writer's strike being over?
Yeah, he did. He said that he'll go as soon as he gets the call. So as soon as they call it, he doesn't know when it'll happen.
Look at that.
So he's ready to go as soon as. So he's only just holding out in WWE until he's ready to go. He's halfway done with the film that he's shooting right now, actually.
So, I mean, well, I give this match. I mean,
but I'll give him credit though. I mean, John Cena don't have to do this. He could just stay on his porch. He could rest up. Relax, detox his mind. No, he said, "Let me go back to where I'm from. Let me go ahead and give back." In that match, he took a lot. He was taking a lot of the hits. He was absorbing a lot of the pounding in the match. And then he's doing that to kind of like shed some light on LA Knight because even huh?
No, I did notice that he took a lot.
Right. That's what he. Yeah. Right. He's trying to help bring up the star of LA Knight in the process and give him back to the place that gave to him. He's also in the press conference. They were asking him all the questions back to back to back, and then he said, "You know what? Let's get a question for LA Knight." So he's like constantly redirecting the spotlight to LA Knight. You got to commend him for that because he really don't have to do any of this stuff.
Yeah, LA Knight took the hot tag. It was real cheesy the way they was working John Cena, and he would do the old Hogan. Oh, please, I'm crawling to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious that it was to put LA Knight over. It was obvious. So take it for what it is.
So what's the rating?
I give it a 3. I give it a 3.
Yeah, I give it a 3. I give it a mid.
So yeah, I'll do the same thing as well. That's the thing. This event is just the middle of the road. We're playing it safe. We're not gonna get too bumpy. We're just trying to make it through. That's what it seems like. It's just mediocre.
So okay, so let me ask you a question then. So they can do that. They do that. And then you'll have me sitting here like, man, it wasn't good. But then AEW goes all out and their wrestlers get hurt, but they get a lot of "this is awesome" chants, and then they still don't get the audience.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. You sacrifice your body, you do all these great things with no reward at the end, and then these guys go through the motions, trip on their own feet, and they get all the cachet.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, we already at the main event. So in the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, you had Seth Rollins defeating Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match. So I'm gonna just tell you real quick. This was my match of the night. I thought this match was great. I didn't think I was gonna like it because WWE doesn't normally do last man standing matches really good. But I thought both men really worked. That's what I noticed. Like I when it was over, I was like, damn, they like really put the effort in, and it's good to see Nakamura actually putting effort into something again, because for the longest he just kind of was just coasting through and just resting on his laurels, you would say. I thought the match was really good though. I really thought it was good. You had the one spot again where they film it bad because they film it so you could obviously see the crash pad. But I mean, it ain't like I want these guys falling on concrete. I'm just saying, just don't show it. So I thought the match was really good though. I thought it was a really good, serviceable main event, and it was at this part right here that's on the screen. I thought Damian Priest was gonna clock him in the back of the head with that damn briefcase.
Yep.
And cash in. But I will say, at least they were smart enough. Somebody had the foresight to say, hey, people are going to be expecting the cash in. Let's let them know to temper that enthusiasm, because before this match, Rhea was in the back with Priest and said, hey, you're hurt. Save it. Don't even try to do it now. So that was their out. At least we were like, okay, it may or may. I'm a wrestling fan. I always thought that was just like, hey, that means we absolutely going to get the cash in. But they shocked the hell out of me. I think I was more shocked that they went off the air with Seth still being champion than I was with Cody and Jay winning the title. But I thought it was a really good match. I'll just give my rating once everybody. Well, I always everybody, so we just give it all collectively since it's the last match.
Yeah. So for me, I was a little tuned out on this match. I didn't really care for it too much, to be honest. It didn't do for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not being fair to them, but I didn't feel that the match was keeping my attention. And I'm just we'll hold off on the rating, but I wasn't too thrilled about what I was seeing. And it didn't, I guess maybe it's the last match, maybe because I know that there wasn't a cash in coming. I don't know, but I just didn't feel the match when I was watching it.
All right.
Oh yeah, man. It's me.
You're Borging, MD. You're Borging.
Still driving. My bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was a good match. I'll keep it quick. It was a good match to me. I like a lot of the table spots that they did. I was surprised the way they went about doing the last man standing match. The ending was good. The Falcon arrows to the table. That was a good spot. Again, I feel bad for Shinsuke. I feel bad for him because, like I said, I mean, I don't really see the point with him losing back to back like he did, and then doing the storyline with him not even wanting to face. Like, come on, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that was
And
terrible.
and now I saw a clip about something on Raw with him and Ricochet.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, yeah, I'm like, there you go. So you know, when you was talking about the motions,
street fight.
yeah. So you were talking about the motions. He about to go through the motions again.
Yeah, I guess that's part of my hang up with the match itself. Is like it almost felt like why even bother have this? Because he didn't win. I mean, I don't know. I'm lukewarm to it. Are we giving out ratings now?
Yeah. This man, you sound like Milli Vanilli. Like, yeah, should we give these Grammys back now? So I thought this match was really, really good. Not the best last man standing that I've seen, but strong enough. I give it. See, you can't give half scores, and I don't think it was great enough to give it a 5. So I got to give it a 4.
Yeah, me too. I give it a 4.
And I'm giving it a 3. Giving it a mid card.
Yeah, that's a very middle of the road ass show. All right, so what's you guys overall? I guess I'll just go my overall grade. This got to be a 3. This was a very meh show. The middle bookend by great, I thought was great matches. It's the tag match and the world title match, but the middle of the show was just meh. A lot of it I was tuned out for. Like a lot of it I was trying to figure out any other thing that I could do than watch this, and that's why I was watching the ending of that Notre Dame and Louisville game and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn. Nurban says Collision was better. I don't disagree. Even though nobody was there, I like that he came back with that because that place was empty. Nurban, I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show where I showed the empty arena, but you would think it was a Terry Funk versus Jerry the King Lawler empty arena match in Memphis. The way that damn arena looked. But yeah, I give the overall show a 3. I mean, 2 great matches on a 5-match card. It's still not 50%. So I can't give it a 4. I give the show a 3. And also compared to the NXT show just the week before, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Even though I for the most part, the lowest rating I've given any match on the show is a 3. I'm going to give the overall show a jobber 2, just because like I noticed tuning out as well. Like I said, with that main event, I was tuning out, and there were other moments. Plus the botches or the mess ups in the women match. I just was trying to be kind and not to give them less than a mid card on that match. But I think overall, as a package deal, it's a jobber for me. Number 2.
So hold on, wait a minute. You gave 4 matches a 3, that's 12, and you gave 1 match a 5. That's 17. What's 17 divided by 5? Because that not math in there.
I understand that. I'm just saying that overall for the event, the feeling of the event itself overall is less than 50% for me. So I got to give it a 2, a jobber.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know how that worked. I give it a 3 based on. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the 2 matches that I gave a 4, the main event and the tag team match.
Fit up in the package.
But other than that, yeah, the 3, like it was mediocre matches in between. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Well, there you have it. That's it, fellas. Oh man, 5 minutes over. Boy, I thought we was gonna break the record. It's all good. Oh man. Well, there you have it. Another fantastic episode of Wrestling with Reality. We will be back next week. There was a couple of stories that I did not get to tonight. I have a story on the Velveteen Dream that I'll definitely get to next week. And there are some more things breaking, especially on this CM Punk situation. There's a lot of different things coming out from different camps. So we'll definitely talk about that next week. So that's it for me, fellas.
I think Trevor, that great show with that. The formatting that you did this week is awesome. That we need to do that every week. That needs to be the standard of the show. That was amazing.
You know why I did it, right? because
of yesterday. Not being able to see faces.
No, because I said I said since I'm not debating no more, I still had to use my fantastic PowerPoint presentations. So I was just sitting there. I'm like, man, what if I put this in a slideshow? What would it look like? So anytime you need to send me a card or something, send it early, like do it in that 16:9 format because it's
16:9.
Yeah, because it shows up, it fills up the whole screen. But yeah, I just like it because it shows us on the screen, but you still could see what's going on.
Right. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
That's why if I would have remembered about the rating, I would have put it after each match, so I could have had it showing after every match. But that's it for me.
Remember, I had it in the group chat, so
I got it saved in my phone. I just got to send it to my computer.
Okay.
So I can start putting it in the slideshows.
So my rating for the show today will be big goal, 5 stars. Awesome show.
Yeah, fantastic show, fellas, man. Just nice 2-hour show. And the show would have been 2 hours on the head, but me and Venkat had like a 10-minute production meeting before we ever hit go live. So
hey, you said you had to ask me a question, Trevor.
Oh,
that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I brought a Bill Belichick. I was listening to something yesterday on Speak Up. I think it's called Speak Up or Speak Now or something like that. And they were asking a question about Bill Belichick's legacy. And somebody asked the question, is he a better coach than Mike Tomlin? And I said no. Overall. No, absolutely not, too. I think I said it emphatically. Absolutely not.
I would agree.
Oh, shit.
I would agree. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
Bro, everybody put so much stock into Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is not the reason. Remember, Bill Belichick is a defensive guy. Bill Belichick ain't got nothing to do with the success of Tom Brady. That was Bill O'Brien, and then later on in his career, Mike McDaniel. Period.
And because everybody was telling me, oh, Brady's gone, Bill Belichick's just going to do next man up. No, he's not. Bill Belichick has historically had crappy offenses, and Tom Brady just was making the chicken salad out of chicken shit. And proof of that is that Brady was able to go to another team and win a Super Bowl. And now they'll tell me, oh, they built the superstar team around him. Whatever. He still did it. Belichick's supposed to be this genius. Belichick has never won without Brady, but Brady absolutely won without Belichick. And if he's such a defensive genius, I find it hard to believe that he's such a great defensive genius when you got a quarterback like Brady for 20 years, always putting you ahead of games. So now your defensive scheme is different.
Well, I push back on that though, Trevor, a little bit. When Tom Brady went to Tampa, Tom Brady knew that McDaniel offense up and down. You think Tom Brady is gonna let Byron Leftwich tell him what to do? Seriously? Hell no. Tom Brady got the time to say, hey, look, here's my playbook. Here's the call plays that I am going to call. You're going to nod your head and you're going to say yes. That's what happened in Tampa. Byron Leftwich just had nothing to do with none of that. So he took that McDaniel offense to Tampa. The reason I know that is because they went quick slot plays just like he did in New England. The exact same thing. So that's Bill O'Brien and that's Mike McDaniel all day.
You know, one of my coworkers gave me a bunch of crap today because they were like, "Oh, how could you say that Belichick has done it for so long and this and that? I said, let's look at Tomlin. I said, Tomlin has never, I want to say like it wasn't until recently, Zayo correct me if I'm wrong because he's a Steeler fan. It wasn't until recently that they didn't have a winning record, like a winning season. They've never had a losing season. He's gone to Super Bowls consistently, tops in the division. Like just and Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh sticks by their coaches. Like he is, and not for nothing, he has a shitty quarterback now, and they're still leading their division right now because of that defense.
Yeah.
And they interviewed him to be the Dolphins coach in 2008. Was it 2008? No, the year they got Cam Cameron. So that was 2006. And they told Mike Tomlin, "You're too hip hop for the Dolphins."
Damn.
That's when he went to Pittsburgh. We got Cam Cameron. We went 1-15, and the rest is history. So there you go.
But I wouldn't throw away Pickett just yet. I wouldn't do that. And they were talking about it in the preseason. He looked great. You know what I mean? And that was one of the rarities. But I mean, he was a rookie at the end of the day, but that was one of the rarities where he got significant time in preseason. I mean, he had been named a starter already, but you throw the rookie aspect into it. I get it, but he played significant time to his benefit. Give some time.
You know who also was great in the preseason? Skylar Thompson. He was like the preseason MVP. And then when Tua went down and he had to play, we couldn't score more than like 9 points in the game. So
I get it, man. I get it.
Preseason, just whatever. But yeah, that's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to ask you. Damn, so we agree on that. Shot surprising.
Yeah. Belichick, man. Since the mid to late 90s, Belichick has just inherited quality players. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Drew Bledsoe is the one originally that took him to the promised land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he failed, and in comes who they say is the greatest of all time.
No, he is. No, he absolutely is. Yeah, it ain't
my criteria is different.
It ain't no they say.
Not with that deflate gate.
My criteria is different. That I don't base it off a championship.
Who do you think's the greatest?
Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback in our era.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at their careers in the totality and just compare everything. I know Peyton is ahead in all the numbers, statistic wise, but I there's certain other things I want to look at, other factors.
I get it.
I can't. Man, Peyton Manning. Wow.
He's great. He's the greatest of my era. This is what it is.
Okay, I'm curious. Who's your top 5
quarterbacks?
Yeah,
I'll put Peyton 1, Brady 2, Breeze 3. 4, I'll probably put Phillip Rivers, another guy that never won a championship, but did everything he was supposed to do as a quarterback. Now I'm just talking about my era. I ain't basing it off of all. You know what I'm saying? I can only go by the football that I've watched.
Yeah, that you watch.
Yeah, so number 4, Phillip Rivers, and of course number 5, the greatest Falcon player in history, Matt Ryan.
You got Matt Ryan in the
as my go look at his numbers, Trevor. Go look at his numbers, and then you come back and tell me.
Oh my God!
Top 10 statistically and everything.
I was taking your list so serious.
Oh wow!
So
wow!
I got number 1 is Brady, like by a mile.
Don't worry about it, MD. That's what Trevor does. He tries to minimize what you say. It's par for the course for him.
You don't know nothing about what we're talking about. So if
I don't have to. I know what I know the fundamental of your argument, sir.
If somebody put Matt Ryan, I'm trying to see in wrestling terms what we could equate this to, putting him in the top 5. But number 1 is Brady for me, like without a doubt. Brady, Marino, Montana, Peyton. Wow. Number 5. I guess I would probably have to put a Drew Brees just based on everything I've seen. Yeah, I'd probably have to put Brees. Wow, Matt Ryan. I mean, that's some home cooking there. That's some bias of ours.
See, no, it ain't got nothing to do with home cooking. It's all go pull up his stats, and then we'll discuss it next week. Yeah, and you would then have to agree.
You never did put up the sidebar.
Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't even thinking about it, but this was a damn sidebar conversation. All right, yeah, we'll have to revisit this next week because I need to go look at this now. I need to go.
And I could go on down the line. 6, Roethlisberger. I put him at 6.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I could go on down the line, but we gonna cut it off. Eli?
Yeah.
Man, Eli ain't even in my top 15.
Okay, I see
what's going on with Trevor now. Trevor based stuff off championship.
No,
it's not about.
I would have put 8. I would have put Aikman up. I would have put Aikman up there. I would have put Aikman. I would have put Steve Young. So no, you could tell I ain't going by championships. I would have put Terry Bradshaw. Come on, man.
Okay, all right.
Going by. I could only go by who I watched, and I'm like, man, these guys year after year. Phillip Rivers, I could make a case for him being in the top 10. I could make a case for him being in the top 10. Absolutely.
Phillip Rivers is great. Like I said, he just was on a bad offensive team, like real bad.
You don't have Vic in top 10.
No, I don't.
Okay.
What did Vic do?
Okay, y'all Atlanta people.
I ain't one of them guys, man.
Yeah, y'all Atlanta people.
I'm not one of them guys.
Mike Vick, the greatest thing in the world. I mean,
he had the potential to be one of the greatest things in the world, but that's his fault.
I don't think a run and shoot quarterback is sustainable as a Hall of Famer. Like I don't think when you play that type of style, I don't think it puts you in the upper echelon of being elite quarterback. You have to you got to be a pocket. You got to play in the pocket, man. You got to be an under center. You can't your mind like Lamar Jackson will never go down in history as being one of the greatest. He'll go down in history as being one of the most electrifying, one of the most entertaining, one of the best athletes, but he'll never go down as one of the greatest because he's not a pure passer.
Trevor, Vic, like I said, Vic ain't my cup of tea, but Vic revolutionized the whole generation of quarterback. You don't have no Mahomes without a Vic. That's just what it is.
He revolutionized a whole generation of dogs.
Oh man.
And
I'm a guy who was on the panel. Hell, you part of Peter too?
Look at the league now. Look at where the league is. Look at where the league is going now. The league is going back. What's old is becoming new again. The league is going back to that. Let's play under the center. Be a pocket passer.
It's a hybrid. Mahomes is a hybrid quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is hybrid. He can do both.
What the hell happened to Van Cap?
I don't know. He laughing hysterically. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have this QB1 conversation next week.
That's fine.
Let me go look at my numbers, man. So, all right, fellas, I'm about to get out of here.
All right, man. Good show. You good over there, Van Cap?
Yeah,
What?
You okay?
You just started laughing hysterically, man. I didn't know what you did.
I'm driving and this No, it's fine.
Oh,
Go ahead,
shit, I
go
didn't
ahead.
know you was driving. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
go and get off the show, man.
All right, then.
What the hell are you doing the show driving?
Hey, wait a minute. MD driving?
I drive all the time. I just park.
And MD had that headset too.
Oh, I don't have.
Yeah,
have
I literally just parked.
All right,
okay.
fellas. Let me go and lock it down.
All right, man. Good show, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it. Another fantastic episode of Wrestling with Reality. I thought it was a really good show. Really, really good show. Moved really quick. Like I said, me and Bankat had like a 10-minute production meeting in the back, or else we would have been on sooner and knocked the show out quicker. But really good to the point. And I agree. I do love having the slideshow up just because the visual, it lets you see everything with all the pictures and everything. So y'all tune in next week. We will have another news-worthy show. There's a lot of news going on, man. Like a lot of stuff. I didn't even get to the Velveteen Dream stuff. I will get to that next week, though, because I definitely want to talk about the Velveteen Dream. Remember that the presentation tomorrow by Eddie Israel has been postponed, has been rescheduled to the following week. So instead of it being tomorrow the 12th, he's going to be doing it on the 19th. He was having some technical issues, so we're just going to go ahead and push it back to the 19th. Yeah, so we don't have anything tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. Y'all be sure to tune into the channel as I will be simulating the Miami Dolphins, the good guys, versus the Carolina Panthers on Madden 23, like I do for every game. And then be sure after the Miami Dolphins versus Carolina Panthers game, tune into episode 4 of the Dolphins Deep Dive. The Dolphins Deep Dive. Oh, peace, MD. Appreciate you. The Dolphins Deep Dive will be at 4:30 on Sunday after the Dolphins game. Dolphins Deep Dive is just a show that people just come on. Dolphin fans, most of them be drunk. Football fans in general, and you just talk about your team. I mean, good, bad, or indifferent. Everybody's welcome. The show doesn't go longer than like 30-40 minutes. We get in and we get out. We get you out in good enough time to really get into your next game. So be sure and check it out. If you haven't, check out the show that we did last Sunday, the Dolphins versus Giants game. Just a real fun time, man. So with all that being said, I got to enjoy these short shows. I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Y'all tune in Saturday. I'll be doing the Madden simulation, and probably tomorrow, if I'm not doing anything after work, I'm probably going to play the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game, and I will be live streaming that. Probably. So look for that tomorrow. And I do have a couple of short videos that I had to upload. A segment of Mike Check, something with me and Kevin, and some with me solo. So until this weekend, enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.
And the bitch
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
I'm gonna take you home.
What?